Do not ever, and I mean ever, move from your parents' house directly to go live with a man. Lack of domestic stability is a large reason why men that are older like to prey on younger girls. When you are young, you are looking for freedom, but you don't have any money in order to practice your freedom. This is when men come as the white knight, they come as the hero, and they come as the help to say, well, you could just live with me. There's no rules at my home. You don't have to listen to your parents. You don't have to listen to mommy and daddy. You get to live with me and be free. And for a lot of women, they're going to a different type of prison. They're going to a different type of jail the moment that they decide to go from their parents' home and go live with a man. And listen, I get it. I get it. You're tired of your parents being all in your business. You're tired of your parents telling you what you can and what you cannot do. But what's going to happen is that when you have freedom, and you have more freedom than you had, and you have a lack of financial stability, it's going to keep you there, which is the reason why men always do. They don't like it when women live alone. They hate it when women live alone, because when you've lived alone and you've gotten used to your own sense of comfort, your own sense of coziness, you are going to have a very hard time reverting to wanting to live with a man. This is why I urge girls that are younger, please take advantage of the fact that you get to live with your parents, especially if you go to college. I am a big advocate for girls, if they can help it, to not go off to college. If there's a commuter college or a community college that you can go to and you can still live rent-free at your parents' home, please do. Even if you have to pay rent at your parents' home, which that's crazy to me, but it is a thing. Please always take that option over getting a minimum wage job and going 50-50 with a man. Because the thing about it is that I've heard stories where it'll be a girl, she turns 18, she'll get a minimum wage job, she'll meet a man wants her to move in with him, they end up living together. He's having her contribute 50% of her paycheck, and she's over here making minimum wage. Do you know how crazy that sounds? And then this man is still expecting for you to cook, clean, and put out. At least you ain't got to be expected to put out while you're living with your parents. You know, hopefully you don't have the expectation to cook and clean and do your parents' laundry and do all of that stuff. Please rely on living under the same roof as your parents, so that way you can use it as a stepping stone to get your own place before you decide to cohabitate and live with a man. Because another thing too is that they fear monger a woman being alone so much that a lot of women will tolerate all the BS that comes with living with a man, simply because they're too afraid to live alone because they've never done it before. When you're a woman and you've lived on your own before and you decide to cohabitate with a man, you already have proof and validation that you can do it. So it's going to be a lot easier for you that if you do end up cohabitating with a man and you don't like it, you lived alone before already. So what is it to you to go find a place of your own and get the hell away from this man? Take heed to my warning, please. Learn to live alone first before you ever cohabitate with a man. And don't ever let a man cohabitate with you. Never, ever, ever. The place that you get on your own, that is your sanctuary. That is your peace. That is a recollection and kind of like a symbolic symbol of how hard you've been working, when you can get to the point where you can live on your own and you can be financially stable. Work hard to achieve that, and don't ever let a man come in and ruin that and cohabitate with you. No,